In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to make sure that OBS with Blue Cat Connector is taking your audio from Pro Tools and fixing the choppiness that can occur if you're trying to run a session at 44.1 as the sample rate. And I just stumbled upon this. This is a technique that I've used for years, but I didn't think about really doing it for this loophole and to really fix the issue. So if you've had an issue where you've got a Pro Tools session that is at 44.1 for whatever reason, in this case, I'm working with a song that I recorded almost 15 years ago, back when I was on Pro Tools 8, and my computer just worked better. I had kind of a crappy Windows machine at the time, so not dissing Windows users, it was just one of those not great Vista machines. So I wanted to make a video on talking about this song, and I was trying to get OBS to talk to Pro Tools through Blue Cat Connector at 44.1 sample rate, and it was not happening. Hey, a quick caveat as I'm editing over here and cleanly shaved. We're on a different day right here. But very, very important. I want to point out that I had tried multiple times. I don't think I said this in the original video. Connecting from Pro Tools through Blue Cat to OBS and making sure that both Pro Tools was 44.1K and OBS was set to 44.1K. Of course, if Pro Tools is at 44.1 and OBS is set to 48, it's not going to work. I'm here making this video to let you know specifically, again, in my own personal experience, that having a 44.1 Pro Tools session and trying to get it to connect to OBS, when OBS is set to 44.1 as well, the audio will still chop up. So again, this is my personal experience. If you have found a way to make this work, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. But for those of you that are still dealing with the same issue that I was dealing with, I'm going to show you a workaround for Pro Tools users and perhaps any other DAW users out there on how to fix this when you're trying to capture OBS and just having some sample rate issues with a specific project that you're working with. I tried YouTubing it. I checked out the forums on Blue Cat Connector. I ChatGPT'd it. And eventually I came to a place where if you go within OBS, and it won't show up now because I have the correct settings, but what you'll want to do if you're getting choppy audio that's cutting out, you're going to want to go to your filters where you would put in your Blue Cat Connector plugin. I have another video where I explain how to do this. I'll leave a link in the description below on how to do it. You go to your filter, and then you're going to want to look at the plugin interface, which I already had open, so I'm going to reopen it again. This is OBS here, and I'll also open up the plugin interface within Pro Tools so you can get kind of a better idea of what this layout looks like. So we're going from left to right, sending and then receiving. So I'll open that again. So again, left to right, sending to receiving. And this dropout that I was experiencing was literally at it was 100 plus, and it was in the red. So the audio was just chopping up like crazy. So if you've experienced this and you try doing what I was doing conventionally, where you have a 44.1 sample rate session and you're trying to get 44.1 to talk to OBS through a connecting plugin, like in this case, Blue Cat Connector, to my knowledge, it will not work. Okay, so the workaround, which I really kind of feel stupid that I just kind of figured out that this is probably the best way to do it. In my mind, it was like an extra step, but it's so quick and so seamless, at least if you have Pro Tools. I'm going to show you what to do. All you have to do in this case is, let's say that I opened up a new session, which is literally what I just did here. As you can see, I named this Torn into Stream Session 48K. This is now a 48K session, and all you have to do is what I just did here. I closed out all my 44.1K session, which is the original session that I had for this song, and you're going to want to convert your 44.1K session to 48. And the way to do this is you're going to create an entirely new session with no template except for being at 48K. and 24-bit, or if you're at 16-bit, but I recommend 24-bit. And then what you'll do is you'll do, I think it's option, once that session's created, and I just called it, you know, stream session 48K, because I want to use this for an OBS capturing for a tutorial video for the YouTube channel. And then you'll do on Mac, I think it's option shift I, and then that will choose a file to import session data from. That window will come up, and then you'll click, in my case, if you look here, this was the original file that I was looking to have connect to OBS at 44.1K. It wasn't working. So what I did then was I opened up and I selected, I clicked shift. I clicked the first track, click shift, and selected every single track. And I also, with session data over here, checked every single import parameter. And with track data to import, and before I go there, also import, replace existing playlist. Yes, because we want that audio from 44.1K to be converted into 48K. So this is kind of like moving the mountain to Muhammad instead of Muhammad to the mountain situation. But Pro Tools does it so quick. It took my machine about 30 seconds to do, and it just works, right? So this is like kind of a workaround if anybody's experiencing this, because I wasted basically 45 minutes trying to get OBS to take 44.1 and Blue Cat to take 44.1, and it just wasn't working. So then what you'll do is you'll select track data to import, and everything was already checkmarked except for these icon custom fader groups, icon automation snapshots. I wasn't really worried about that. And then what you'll do is you'll click OK. Pro Tools will run it, and it will literally create a facsimile and a complete template of what your 44.1 hertz session was, and it will convert it to 48K, and then you can get your audio into OBS without it chopping every freaking millisecond and not working. Learn from my mistake. Learn from my, it's not really a mistake, but learn from my 45 minutes of headache here. I hope that I save you your 45 minutes and, or at least, you know, save you some minutes when you're researching this. So this whole process, once you do it, it's literally going to take a minute. I never track at 44.1. I never mix at 44.1 unless it's a client where, you know, they have the session at 44.1, and for whatever reason, they've requested me not to work in a higher sample rate. The only reason why this is at 44.1 again is because I tracked this when I was in my late teens and I really didn't know what I was doing. If this video has been helpful for you, go ahead and hit like, leave a comment down below. Let me know if it's really been helpful. Go ahead and share to somebody else if they've had an issue with this, but just thought I'd kind of share this information and hopefully it's been helpful. If you want to learn how to connect Blue Cat connector from Pro Tools to OBS so you can capture in high fidelity audio your sessions for YouTube videos like this or anything else, I have another video on how to do that. Check the description box down below. Jason D'Amico here, 2-time Carolina Music Award winner, 18-time Grammy considered artist and producer out of North Carolina, coming at you with another video, and really appreciate you. And other than that, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.